Wa alaikum salam.
My name is Muhammad Mukarram Qureshi from Halka Wandsworth. My question is, Hazur, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, is Qalallah Yasin Mutaffika Warafaka Walayat Mutaharrika Alayya Surah Al Imran. Hazur, my question is this, that as a translation, there is coming different ideas from different communities or sectors as a translation. So I want to know,
for instance,
just from the non-Ahmadi mullahs or other people are doing this. So I want to know that the Arabic scholars, what they say when they explain or translate or tashri of this ayat.
Ya Isaini Mutawaffika or Rafiuka Alayya, it means that, oh Jesus, I will cause you to die. Mutawaffika. Or Rafiuka Alayya, it doesn't mean that after your death I will raise you. Rafa indicates a status, that I lift you in your status. So this is the simple meaning, if that is what you want to understand. And Mutawaffika can be referred to any Arabic lexicon, and it will always give the same meaning. So to your non-Ahmadi friends, you can show that.
Shukran.
Second question is Dr. Hamid Ahmed from London Halka.
Assalamualaikum.
So,
Hazur, during the Tabligh discussions with many communities, especially Arabs and Somalians, they say that we are not knowledgeable, but we know of many knowledgeable sheikhs and religious leaders in London. They always advise against Ahmadiyya beliefs. Hazur, what is the item that we should touch to change his line of thinking?
there is no question of your touching upon any item. The simple fact is that you should question them as to the objections they raise. So after hearing the objections, then you can answer to those particular objections. It's a simple, straightforward way. Assalamualaikum, Dr. Idris Sahib, kya haal hai? Fine?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Hazur, my question is, similar words may be used in prose and poetry, but they affect our emotions and intellect differently.
Correct.
Why and how does this happen?
The intellects differ and the effect of those words also differs accordingly. The same word can mean different things to different person when they hear them. And their effect is produced in accordance with the meaning which the person who hears them perceives from them. So it's quite natural and understandable. I don't see any problem in that. Either you have not been able to explain your question, or I have not been able to understand it properly. Tell me again if my answer does not satisfy your question.
What I mean is, if for example in a sentence of prose there is one sentence is made, and similar words may be used in a verse in poetry, but when we read the prose we don't sort of enjoy
this question cannot be asked in generalities. Unless you give a particular example, I cannot give my opinion on that. Some words used in prose mean differently, and when they are used in poetry, they mean differently. So, in general, this is the answer. But if you are particularly disturbed about a certain word and its usage, then you have to point it out before I answer.
Next question is Bashir Hayat Sahib from South.
Yes. Amir Sahib's father.
Assalamu alaikum, Hazur.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
Hazur, non-Ahmadi Muslims raise their hands to pray. Was it the practice of the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu
Don't
alaihi
you raise
wasallam?
your hand to pray?
If not, then how and when they
I said-
adopted this practice?
I said, don't you raise your hands in prayer like this?
After the prayer.
After the prayer, so you have not mentioned this. Immediately after the prayer, they raise their hands like this and say Ameen. Huh?
Yes.
This is not a sunnah of Ahmad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It must have entered the practices of Muslims during the period of decadence, because there is no definite information we have about when this got introduced into Islamic practices. We have observed that this is the practice nowadays, but when did it happen, I don't know.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
And second question.
Hazur,
Yes?
promised Messiah in his book Philosophy of the Teachings of Islam says that the food affects our spiritual and moral state. How genetic food affects us morally and spiritually?
Where has he written this? You said Promised Messiah has written this?
Yes, Philosophy of the Teachings of Islam.
Show me. Read the excerpt. You see, whenever you ask a question regarding a hadith or the writings of the Promised Messiah, you should always read the excerpt exactly before I begin to answer.
Yes,
Right?
right,
So, next time bring it.
right, right. Thank you.
Friday is not far from here. There, inshallah, we'll give you a chance.
Sayyid Ahmed from Modern.
Yes, Sayyid Sahib.
Assalamu alaikum,
Wa
Hazur.
alaikum salam.
Sheikh Saeed Ahmed from Modern and Allgate.
Yes, how's your school running?
Alhamdulillah, with Hazur's blessings and prayers, is progressing well.
Yes, mashallah.
Hazur, my question is about a holy Quranic terminology, Hudal lil Muttaqeen. If the Holy Quran is the source of guidance for Muttaqeen, does it mean that non-Muttaqeen cannot benefit from it? And how does it correlate with Ahsan Taqweem?
Well, the second question will be answered in with regards to the answer of the first question. First of all, the word muttaqin has so many possible translations, rising from the simple translation as those who call a spade a spade. This is the first rung of taqwa. But you see, you admit it, and without that you cannot be led to the Hudan of the Holy Quran. If you want guidance of the Holy Quran, you have to begin with accepting whatever you see to be the true things. Now you may be mistaken in your judgment, but honestly so. If you, as I said in English idiom, call a spade a spade, if you had that habit, that is the first rung of taqwa. And the last one is the taqwa of Hadhrat sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Once he said, talking of taqwa, that taqwa is here, indicating to his heart. So that